Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our tour launch event for the Manchester Junior Sports Tour. My name is Miss Miller. I am the tour lead for the sports tour, along with Mr. El Bakri, our head of football. I hope everyone's really looking forward to the trip, which seems to have come around so quickly now. It's fantastic that we're able to take the girls away this half term after seems so long. I'm so really excited for our hockey, football, and netball trip. I'm going to hand over to Henry in a second. Henry's our tour manager from GB Sports. He's run numerous tours for Surbiton Senior and the Prep, and him and his team have created a brilliant package for us in Manchester. So I'm going to hand over to him to tell you all about it. Once Henry has spoken to you about that, I'll go through some of the logistics before we leave. And then after that, if you have any questions at all, you can pop it into the Q&A box and you'll have lots of time to ask any questions you may have. So Henry, over to you.
Cool. Hopefully you can all hear me. Good evening. My name's Henry and I work for GB Sports. And I've been lucky enough to do a lot of Surbiton's tours, be it the boys prep, girls prep, junior tours and the seniors long haul stuff, as well as the ski. But this is by far and away the biggest tour I think we've ever put together. I think we've got 101 girls and 11 staff going off very soon to Manchester for an action-packed tour. What's going to happen this evening is I'm going to talk to you a little bit about who GB are. I'm sure you've seen most of these slides, and then come on to the nuts and bolts, the most important part of the presentation, which will be going through the itinerary and what the girls will be getting up to when they're in Manchester. So about GB, we was established in the year 2000. We run tours all over the world, not so much at the moment. A lot of it is in the UK. I was talking to Miss Miller beforehand, and we've got around 8 or 9 tours going out over the October half-term period, including the boys prep, who are off to St George's Park. And then next year we'll be running trips, hopefully, fingers crossed, all over the world. The big thing here is that we're ATOL and NABDA protected, so all our financial security is in place. And if anything should happen between now and the 18th, when you guys go off, the money that you paid to the school and in turn us will get refunded. That won't happen, but I thought I'd put that in anyway. Just in case you didn't know, the girls are off to Manchester. It is one of my favourite cities in the UK, and it is perfect for a multi-sport tour. They will be leaving early, not really early, on the Monday the 18th, and coming back to school knackered and after having a lot of fun on Thursday the 21st. It's 4 days, 3 nights. And they will be travelling via coach. In this photo, there's only 2 coaches, but for the tour, we've managed to get hold of 3 coaches because there's going to be lots and lots of girls and teachers. So I think logistically, and talking to the teachers at Surbiton, we'll be having the footballers and then netball and hockey will be split between 2 coaches, footballers on the other one. Just a word of warning, the girls are only going away for 4 days, 3 nights. So although there's going to be a bit more room on the coach, they don't need to pack for 2 weeks away to Everest. There really is not much they'll need by their sports kit and a bit of downtime clothes when they're in Manchester. The hotel itself, we've used for many years here at GB. It's a perfect location to get to all venues and all the fixtures that we've got planned, not far from the city centre and not far, as I said, from the training facilities. For the netballers, each sport will get 1 training session, 1 professional training session. The netball, it will be led by Manchester Thunder. This will be taken by their pathway coaches, so they're under 18, under 21 coaches, and it will be over a 2-hour period in a local facility that is hired out by Manchester Thunder. Netball, we've got onto a win here, and we're hosting it at Wilmslow Hockey Club. And this is being led by some England hockey coaches. So depending on the size of the group, I think we're going to have 2 to 3 coaches coaching the girls on that one. Again, it is going to be over a 2-hour time slot. Again, for the Manchester football, I for one didn't think we'd be able to do this, but we've managed to secure Manchester United coaches for the 2-hour session. So I know Zach is very happy about that. I've just heard about an 8-1 win this evening. So the girls are obviously on top form. And again, none of the sports here are losing out. When you've got Manchester Thunder, England Hockey and Manchester United, hopefully they'll take a lot in. It'll be a new voice other than their teachers, and they'll have a fantastic time with the coaching. alongside that, and you'll see in the itinerary, before the included excursions, they'll be playing fixtures during the tour, and there'll be 2 fixtures per side. That is the most important part of the whole tour for me. We've worked really hard with the teachers to get the right grading, the right level. And so when they're out there, you'll see there's an extensive fixture list for all girls. The idea is it's a developmental tour at this age. They'll get out and play as many minutes as possible. The excursions as well, you'll see the idea is for this age group is to give them as little downtime as possible and to make them as tired as possible, so they're going to be very tired when they go to sleep in the evening. So there is a guided tour of Old Trafford. They'll be going to the Trafford Centre. One morning, we've rented out Flip Out, which is a trampoline park, so there will be the only people in there, so they'll have free reign of that. On the last day, the whole group will be going to Alton Towers on the way back to London. And for the footballers, there's an extra special trip, and they'll be going to the National Football Museum, which is in central Manchester. Picture of Old Trafford, the girls can expect to see. And yeah, all the joys and thrills and spills of Flip Out Manchester that they'll have complete free reign of for a couple of hours, I think on the second morning. So yeah, you would have seen this slide, 4 days, 3 nights. It is a full board, all singing, all dancing tour. There'll be breakfast and packed lunches, dinners. It's been a little bit chaotic organising the dinners with such a big group, but we think we've nailed it down, and I'll run through that in the itineraries. So there'll be no meals they'll need. The only thing that they may need a bit of money for is lunch on the way up on the first day, where they can get it at the service station. As I said, there'll be 1 training session per sport in netball, hockey and football, and then 2 friendly fixtures against local opposition per sport, per team. The idea is the girls have the most playing time possible. Right, this is the itinerary. Do not worry if you're going to kind of try and note this down. This will be sent out as a presentation form. Also, you can hear my dulcet tones again. I think a link of this presentation is going out. As I said, the meet is not too early. It'll be a 9 o'clock meet at Surbiton. And then 9:30. I'm not sure. I think Megan's going to go through whether they'll turn up in kit for the fixtures for the first morning, but we can come on to that. Then the football, we've got 3 oppositions that we're looking at, and we're just waited to confirm which one is best. The netballs will be netball and hockey are all playing Altrincham Grammar School. So the idea is that they'll get on the bus, changed, and all go to the venue. So the footballers will go to the venue, and then the netball and hockey will both go to Altrincham. End of fixtures, and this is where they'll go back and check in to the accommodation. Again, I hope the rooming list is done. It's something as a tour company we stay well away from. It's probably the hardest thing to get right, but I'm sure the teachers have done a fantastic job. And then, as I said, that first evening, we're going to look to get all the girls to restaurants. So as I say, restaurants, the footballers are probably going to go to 1 restaurant, and then the hockey and netballers will go to another. Don't worry, there's a big end of tour dinner on the final night, but logistically, it's finding it quite hard to have a restaurant allow us 120, I think it was 122 people, or 112 people into a restaurant. So footballers will go to a restaurant, and then the hockey and netballers. That restaurant is to be determined. It will cover for all requirements as well, dietary requirements. Tuesday, another early start. Breakfast will be had at the hotel in a buffet, and then they will be transferred off to their coaching sessions. So the joy of having 3 buses. The footballers will go to Manchester United, netball Manchester Thunder, and the hockey will go off to the England hockey coaches at the various facilities. They will then come back and be transferred into central Manchester and have the guided tour of Old Trafford. From there, they will go and spend a bit of time in central Manchester and at the Trafford Centre, and then they would have dinner at the food court in the Trafford Centre. I think Megan's going to talk a little bit about how that's going to be done at the end, but the idea is that there's a massive food court there, and the girls will be taken off in groups of around 20 odd with teachers to buy their dinner. And then they'll return to the hotel for the evening activity, where there'll be something like a big quiz. We'll have a meeting room and a breakout area. Wednesday, another relatively early start, and this is where the morning they'll have a fun-filled session at Flip Out Manchester, where they'll have free reign of the place for 2 hours. And then in that afternoon, the netball and hockey players will have either free time in Manchester or free time back at the hotel just to relax. And then it is the afternoon fixtures, so football, netball and hockey. After that's all done, there'll be time to return to the hotel where the girls can get showered, changed and ready for the end of tour dinner. So we managed to book out a massive space in TGI Fridays in Manchester, where the whole group will go and have a fantastic time at TGI's. Final day again. I know the girls probably won't like it, but another 7 o'clock breakfast, check out, room checks, and then onwards to Alton Towers for a jam-packed kind of morning and afternoon of fun. So as you can see from that itinerary, it is action-packed. There's lots to do, very little downtime. Any downtime will be supervised. As I said, we've got a breakout area in the hotel, and the girls will be looked after at all times. In the hotel as well, the group will be put away in their own corner of the hotel, and they'll know where the teachers' rooms are. So if anything does go wrong in the night or they don't feel well or safe, they can go and knock on their teachers' doors, and they know exactly what to do. So that is it from me. A little bit about our financial protection that we have at GB. As I said, we're really looking forward at GB. It's been a really long 18 months for a sports travel company. We relied on sport and there was none, travel and there was none, and the schools were out as well. So it is really fantastic to be back in person and launching a tour that is off in about a week and a half. So that's it from me. I'm going to hand over to Megan now, who's going to run through, I think, the kit list and the COVID protocols. Cheers.
Thanks so much, Henry. The tour package looks fantastic. I know the girls are going to have a brilliant time. So I'll just run through some of the logistics now. Sorry, everyone's slightly different to what Henry said. Can I ask that everyone meets at 8:30 on Monday the 18th at the Surbiton Assembly Rooms, and then the coach will depart at 9 just to give us a little more time for lunch. There will be stops along the way. I know it's a long time for the girls to wear their masks on the bus, but we will have breaks at service stations, and they can either bring a packed lunch for that lunchtime on the Monday, or we will stop and they'll have opportunity to buy it. Like Henry said, one small suitcase, please, and then the girls will have their kit bag, which they can take every day to fixtures, and they also have a place for their hockey stick in that for anybody who needs their hockey stick. So as we're going straight to the fixtures on the first day, can I ask that all students wear their sports kit for whichever sport they're doing on day one? I know some of the girls are doing 2 sports, so I'll email everyone and let them know which sport they're doing on the first day. Then what to bring in their kit bag: pack lunch or money to buy lunch on the way, any other sports kit they need, shin pads, mouth guard, etc. for their sport, their water bottle, face masks are a mandatory on the bus, please, and it wouldn't hurt to bring a spare, change of clothes for dinner that evening, and then deodorant and hair bobble. Okay, so on arrival to the SAR, there'll be 11 members of staff. The girls will find the member of staff who has them on their register list, sign in with them, hand in any medication that's prescribed medication, please, and if that can be in a clear container or a clear zip bag with the name clearly on it and any instructions for the medication, they can hand that to that member of staff. Then they'll have to get on the correct bus that's taking them to their fixture. So we'll have 1 football bus and then 2 hockey netball buses, which are going to the same venue. So just make sure that your luggage is on the correct bus going to the correct fixture, and there'll be loads of member staff to direct the girls on where to go. Thanks, John. So this is a kit list which has been sent out to all the girls and to yourselves. The girls will have 2 fixtures and a training session while we're away. For the fixtures, they'll need to be in Surbiton sports kit. We don't know what the weather's going to be like in Manchester, so please also bring Surbiton tracksuit bottoms, their coats and their hoodies as well, all Surbiton kit, please. For the training day, though, they can wear their own sports kit or the PE kit, whichever they would prefer. Then any other, sports-specific kit, shin pads, Astros, and anybody who needs their goalkeeping kit, that'll apply to. In terms of money, just this is what else to bring, so they can wear their own clothes for their leisure activities, meals, some of the shopping for the trampoline park. It's up to them what they want to wear for those activities. Toiletries, an alarm clock. I'm afraid the girls might need to go a little bit old school and bring an alarm clock with them. We'll be gathering in the phones in the evening. So if they have a little separate alarm clock to get them up in the morning, that'd be great. Phone chargers or portable charger for the day, for during the day, sorry, if they have them. And money, like Henry said, everything's included. The girls won't need to buy any food apart from that first lunch on the Monday, and we'll be giving the girls money to buy their evening meal at the Trafford Centre. Money will just be for souvenirs or for the shopping day at the Trafford Centre. Okay, so we will have 2 school phones. Myself and Mr. Al-Bakri will have one each. Please feel free to contact us on this if there's an emergency or you need to speak to your daughter during the day, or for any reason you need to contact us. These are the 2 numbers you can use. We'll have those phones on us 24 hours a day. We'll also send you a text message through the MIS system to let you know when we've arrived in Manchester and give you updates on the way back to keep you updated on our arrival time back at Surbiton. Okay, devices. Phones, like I've said, will be gathered in each evening. They'll be kept safe with a member of staff overnight. This is just to ensure that the girls get a really good night's sleep. Also encourages any of the students who to come and find a member of staff if they have any problems. Obviously, if they need to contact home for any reason, we can give them their phones to make that phone call, but just encourages them to come find us rather than panicking anyone at home who can't help straight away. And I would encourage everyone to leave their iPads at home just in case they get lost or broken on the trip. So just leave iPads at home, please. Okay. Code of conduct. I would encourage the girls to report any injuries or illnesses. If they're not feeling well, just come find a member of staff. There's going to be members of staff with the girls at all times during the fixtures and their recreational activities. So just they need to come and tell us straight away. Face masks on the bus. We're trying to keep everyone as healthy and safe as possible. So we'll be encouraging good hygiene throughout the trip, washing hands before meals and after fixtures as well. Every pupil must attend meals punctually each day, so especially in the mornings, we'll need those alarm clocks to get us up and raring to go for the day. And then bedtimes will be set, just make sure the girls get a good night's sleep. And like I said, phones will be handed in each evening. Okay, everyone's favourite topic, COVID protocols then. So in order to keep everyone as healthy and safe on the trip as possible, I'm going to ask that every student coming on the trip takes a lateral flow test on Friday the 15th and on Sunday the 17th before we go. The girls will be giving out lateral flow test boxes next week. So that contains 7 lateral flow tests, so they'll have plenty for those couple of tests. I'm keeping everything crossed that we don't have any positive results, but inevitably if there are any positive results, if you could email me, please, just to let me know. And unfortunately, those girls won't be able to attend the tour. Okay. Let me just check what else. So if we won't be doing tests, during the tour, we won't be carrying out regular lateral flow tests. If some of the students develop symptoms, we have a spare room that they can isolate in. We'll be taking lots of lateral flow tests with us so the girls can test in privacy, and there'll be members of staff there to give them any help that they need. If it does come back positive, we'd ask that the parents come and collect them from Manchester. They're going to need to come as soon as they can and pick their child up from Manchester. And that's everything for the COVID protocol. The only thing left to do before we leave for Manchester, apart from the lateral flow tests, are some pre-orders for the evening meals. I'm going to be sending around a form for the girls for TGI Fridays so they can fill out what they want, and I'll send that out tomorrow, and if the girls could complete it by Monday, that would be brilliant. Right, and I think that's everything. if anyone has any questions, they can pop that into the Q&A box, please, and we'll do our best to answer them. What time will we leave Alton Towers, and can we pick them up from there as we'll be ready to be in Manchester? Henry, could you answer that one? What time are we to leave Alton Towers on the last day? I know we're arriving back to school at approximately 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
on
so
Thursday. I
think it's about 2:30, 3 o'clock. But as long as it's okay with the school, then it's okay with us if the child wants to get picked up from there.
Yeah, for sure. So the girls will have their phones on that day, so they can contact, keep in contact with their parents if that happens to be the case. Any other questions at all?
There's one on room allocations.
Oh, great.
When will the girls know room allocations?
We are going to tell the girls once we get to Manchester who they're in a room with. We sort that out. All the rooms are organised already, but we'll tell them just once we're checking in. The sports. So someone's asked about they can't remember which sport your daughter has been assigned to do. If you want to just pop me an email tomorrow, I can double check that for you. If a child gets injured, what happens if a child gets injured? Obviously we are going to have first aiders at each sport. All the staff are first aid trained, so we'll treat the child. We will contact home to let you know, and then we'll take it from there, really. Okay, if your daughter's doing 2 sports, they'll do, for example, if they're doing football and netball, they'll do netball fixture on day 1, for example, and then football fixture on day 3. Any girls who are doing 2 sports, I've asked them which training session they want to do, and then we've allocated them to that sports training session on the 2nd day. What refund will be received if your daughter tests positive before you commence? Really good question. If your daughter has a positive lateral flow test and then goes for a PCR and that comes back positive, they will then have the evidence for that, and you'll get a refund through our insurance company, so that the refund will be covered. They just need evidence of that positive PCR. Yeah, you'll be getting this presentation emailed to you as well, so you can of course check back through it. A question about rooms. It is twin rooms, so 2 to a room. On tour. Are trampoline socks included? Oh, trampoline socks. Henry, do you know about the trampoline park?
I don't know for sure. Let me double check and I'll send you an email tomorrow morning confirming.
No problem, I can let you know. Other trampoline parks I've been to, there is the option of buying socks there, but usually it's just bare feet. They are sharing rooms with their year group. Yes, I have another question about rooms. Another question, is it possible to change one of my daughter's selected sports? The teams are already made up at the moment, but if your daughter really wants to change, if you can send me an email tomorrow, I can jig the teams around. I'll take it case by case for that, because they are all already organised, but we can definitely have a look at it for you. And teams are selected. How are the teams selected for the fixtures? As a PE department, we've looked at our sports and then tried to match the girls in groups of ability. So when my child leaves for sports tour, will they go in the PE kit or mufti? It'll be the kit for the first day's fixtures, please. So like I said, I'll email the girls to let them know which sports fixture they're going to for anyone who's doing 2 sports, and then they'll come in that sports kit. So someone's asked, will the girls be sharing with their friends? They have all emailed me a preference. We've tried so they sent me 2 girls that they would prefer to share with, and we've done our absolute best to match everyone with one of those people. It hasn't worked in every case, but we have tried our best to match girls with who they've requested. And it's a big group. The girls will have lots of time to go into each other's rooms before lights out. Henry, you said there's a question here, will the girls be separate from other hotel visitors? We do have our own section in the hotel.
Yeah.
And there'll be, sorry, go on, Henry.
There is our own section in the hotel. So they'll be very well behaved. There won't be anyone in between their rooms. The hotel does have 3 stars. It's the Best Western. I've stayed there 2 or 3 times up in Manchester, and we've had countless sports tours from schools all over the UK in there. It's perfect in my opinion. And there is a breakout room as well for the girls of an evening, so they won't be with the other hotel guests, only in the morning potentially, or I think with this size of a group, we'll have our own buffet and breakfast serving as well. So yeah, with this big group, I think we kind of other people will get out of the way when they see us.
This swarm of green. Now, have we got any more questions? Will toiletries be provided in the room? There might potentially be very small amounts of toiletries, but I would advise the girls bring their own. I would say I can guarantee that, unless you know, Henry.
There'll be the normal small toiletries in the room, but they're generally in all hotels not fantastic. So if the girls have a specific shampoo or conditioner that they use, we'd advise to bring that. Bed sheets and towels will be provided, but there may be an option to take. Did you put an extra towel?
No, I didn't, Henry. To be honest, if the girls would like to bring an extra towel, they're more than welcome.
They will. They'll have all.
But they will have towels.
They will, yeah.
Yeah, a little maybe a little sports towel wouldn't be a bad idea. How do the girls charge their phones? So they will be given them back in the morning. They can charge their phones in their room. If they're sharing with their roommate, if their roommate wants to charge their phone one full day, and then the other roommate takes their phone to take pictures or whatever they need it for, and then maybe they could switch it the next day if they are struggling with battery. But they will have time to charge their phones in the mornings and when we are back at the hotel. If the girls have a little portable charger, that would be really worth bringing as well. Email address for myself is megan.miller@surbitonhigh.com. I'm just going to type. Are the bathrooms en suite?
All en suite, and all have hair dryers.
Perfect, that's what we like. Any other questions? We will be taking the phones in the evening between 9 and 10 at night. So the girls will be able to come and give them to their members of staff anytime between anytime in that hour. So some people, I've just got a comment saying regarding phone chargers chargers, alarm clocks, etc. It would be worth them knowing who they're sharing a room with in advance. I do appreciate that. We will think about it. Maybe we'll chat in the morning, Zach, and see if it would be worth telling the girls before they go, just maybe on the Friday, who they're sharing a room with, so that they can arrange that. Sorry, Henry, were you going to say
I just saw one about the drying clothes. It'll be there'll be loads of radiators in the bathrooms, and hopefully we'll have a balmy October weekend or October week in Manchester. But yeah, if it does rain, there will be heaters and stuff, and kind of we'll get it on the hotel and see if they have a facility. But hopefully the rooms will be enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Facility. Oh, sorry, I've missed one there. Will the girls be allowed to use their phones during the day to call if needed? Yes, they will be able to use their phones during the day. They'll have those. We will encourage the girls to be putting their phones away most of the time, just to be with their team, and so they're enjoying themselves without their phones. But if they need to call or message home, then they can. Yes. What time is lights out? It'll be we'll be saying lights out definitely at 10 o'clock, because we have quite an early morning and jam-packed days. So yeah, latest will be 10. I think that's all the questions at the moment, and I hope I haven't missed any. I've tried to answer as many as we can there. If you do have any other questions, feel free to email myself or Mr. Al-Bakri tomorrow, and we can try and answer those for you. Oh, just one more, sorry. Do they keep their PE kit in their suitcase or their sports bag? For the day that we travel, they'll be wearing their sports kit and bringing a change of clothes with them for the evening meal. But then they can put their other kit in their suitcase. Kit bags, I would say bring your SHS kit bag, yes, because it has the girls' initials on it. Will goalie kit have goalkeeping kit? We will have to double check the storing area. That's a really good question for storing area for the goalkeeping kit. I'm sure we could keep it in staff rooms if it's too much for the girls, or we will find a space in the hotel that's safe to keep those goalkeeping kits, yes. Question about dietary requirements. On the form that everyone's filled in, they will have told us about their daughter's dietary requirements, which will be sent to the hotel for the breakfast and packed lunches. And then when we are out, we will make sure that anybody who's said that they have a dietary requirement will speak to the restaurants as well. If you think you might have missed that out, though, please feel free to email me to update your daughter's dietary requirements. Alton Towers, there will be all 11 members of staff are going to be at Alton Towers. The girls will be allowed to go off on their own, but we will be definitely around and meeting them at different points during the time that they're at Alton Towers. But yes, the teachers will be there with them. Okay. Any other questions? And yes, we'll make sure that the goalkeeping kits have some fresh air as well. One last person has asked, what staff are going on the trip? There'll be 11 members of the PE staff going on the trip. Really good question about will the girls be given water bottles? No, they won't. We won't be giving out any water bottles on the trip, so please make sure to bring your own water bottles, that the girls have one with them. I would recommend the girls don't bring electronics other than the phones, no, unless they want to bring a Kindle, for example, to read in the evening, but just so they don't get damaged and there's less risk. I would definitely say leave any iPads or any other electronics at home, just bring their phones with them. Disposable cameras, yes, of course. You can, of course, bring those, yeah. And the teams, for the most part, yes, are in student year groups, yeah. I haven't missed any, have I? Okay, any last questions? Right, hopefully we've covered anything or everything. Sorry. The last thing I'd say is I really recommend bringing a spare face mask. They tend to go walkabouts. I don't know where they disappear to, but I would definitely say bring a spare face mask. And that's going to be my final thing to say. Anything else you guys have missed or anything you guys want to add?
Not from me. I think it's all been covered.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And I hope the girls are really excited. It's going to be a brilliant tour, and we're so happy to be able to take them. So thank you so much, and we will see you all bright and early on Monday, the 18th.